When we read data stored on the storage from the Azure Databricks, the data is considered as distributed data, and the data gets loaded into Spark data frame. However, there are certain requirements to treat these files as files on the storage. I mean to say, those files should not be treated as data. Like in traditional programming language, when we open file and when we read line by line from that file. Even we are able to insert the data into the file which is stored on the blob. I'm going to show you how we can achieve this. On the storage name is movies raw. Inside that, I have created container big data, and inside the big data there is a file movies.csv. When I'm going to read this file from Azure Databricks, I do not want to read using spark.read.csv. Rather, I want to open this file as a file input-output operation. Let's go ahead here in Databricks. Go to cluster. First thing we have to do is install Azure Blob SDK. Azure Storage Blob SDK is a Python package, so we have to select py and paste package name here. Click on install. Library is installed. Let me open my notebook, Blob SDK. The first thing we have to do is import the required classes and methods. From azure.storage.blob, import blob service client, blob client, container client. First thing, we establish connection. So blob service client is a class which helps us to establish connection to the storage. We have to provide the connection string which we get from the access key in the storage. Let me show you that as well. Go to the storage and click on access keys. In the access keys, this connection string, either connection string 1 or connection string 2 you can use. Once we fire this command from connection string, it creates an instance of blob service client. And then the next thing is we have to again create instance for container. We have created big data container, so I have passed the name of it. Container client is created. The next thing we have to do is, rather I am going to show you, is listing all the blob inside the container. List blob is a command where you can provide a pattern of the blob file names. Let's say if you want to list all the files which starts with M. In this example, I want to select all the files which are stored in the container. This is the list I will get, and then in usual Python program, I have just put the for loop on this list. Blob again is a kind of instance denoting the file stored on the storage. So there is a one file in the big data container, inside the big data container. So there will be only one blob instance. right? Let me run this cell. It shows me movie.cc. Even you can see the size. Okay, since I'm concatenating, it is throwing error. Size is 67 KB. This is the way you connect to the blob storage and list the files. In next cell, I have programmed to read the file from the same container. So again, we are establishing connection. Here I am just instantiating client class, and this object is getting created. Blob client.download blob, it will download all the contents from that file into the memory, and then memory.read all. It will provide me contents of the file into the string. Let us run this. It has read the file, and then since I printed all the contents on the screen, we are able to see the complete data on the screen. So all the data is actually copied into the string variable. So use case for this one is, let's say there are certain types of files which you cannot read using spark.read command, or the support is not provided by Spark. Maybe a custom formatted file where you have a legacy code already written in Python and you want to utilize that. Then you can use this kind of method. So here, instead of this one, download stream.read all the data which is actually downloaded into download stream can be used in the custom class or the legacy. We have seen how to read the file from the blob storage. Now let us see how to write data into the file which is stored on the storage. Let's say there is a use case to write something in the file, like for example logging or auditing kind of thing, right? So we can leverage the Blob SDK to achieve our requirement. So first thing, again, create a connection, then create a Blob client. So this is a big data is my container, and new app in Blob is a text file. Once we instantiate this Blob client, I'm calling create append blob. So this is only first time we have to call. Once the blob is created, we need not to call this method again and again. Since the file is not present, I'm just calling this method. And then print blob client. So I'm just seeing the properties of, I just want to see the properties of the blob. So for the simplicity, I already created the file using this command, create append blob, and then printed the properties. So just to show you, these are the properties of that blob. And then append block is a command where I want to write the whatever the text in the file. So let us do one thing. I would say it is a log.txt. Let us go to storage. Container, big data. There are two files, movies.cc and new append blob. I'm going to write the third one. Run this cell. So it says blob has been created with this command, and it also written 2 lines. On the storage, refresh it, log.txt got created. Since this is append blob, we will not be able to see the contents of the file on the Azure portal. So when you click on edit, it says it is a append blob. You cannot edit this. So we have to download it. So in the log.txt, line 1 and line 2 are written. So you can write your own custom class for logging and auditing purpose and use the Blob SDK.